What's up guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play series for the Outer Worlds. In this episode we're going to be taking on a very simple side mission which is called A Few Kindred Spirits. This involves helping Grace Romero by finding a missing deserter by the name of Zoey. Hope you enjoy, and please remember to like and subscribe.
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids, on the other hand.
There's nothing left for you here. It's time to go back to Edgewater, Grace.
The matter's been weighing on me. I'm staying put until I know what's become of Zoey. Don't want that question haunting me all the way back to the cannery.
I've got some questions about Zoey.
I'll tell you what I can.
Maybe the marauders took her away.
Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoey. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell.
Any chance you can point me somewhere specific and not just out there somewhere?
Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere.
How long have you known Zoey for?
Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoey and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
You seem so personable. Can't imagine how you didn't get along with her.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
I was being sarcastic.
What is it?
I'm gonna go. See ya. And you must be Stefan. What's up, bud?
Don't see why Thomas can't just get the generator up and running. Something I can help you with?
Yeah, I got a couple questions for you. I'm told one of your numbers gone missing.
You mean Zoey? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
What happened on the day Zoey disappeared?
Zoey and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Tell me a little bit about Zoey.
Zoey was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
What was that about surprising Zoey?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoey with it, but she was gone the next day.
Was she acting strange before she disappeared?
Can't say I recall Zoey ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
Thanks a bunch, Stefan. I've actually learned quite a bit from you here. I'll see you around. So it looks like we now have to go into Zoey's apartment and see if there are any notes left about. And it seems like she was obsessed with this type of superhero who went and lived with marauders and taught them about free market economics. So I think that she probably tried to go and live with the marauders and probably ended up getting killed. Any journals lying about? Here we go, first one. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery, no more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, ma'ams, and would you like another? I don't know why I'm writing this all down for posterity's sake, because I've always hated the cannery, and I don't think I'll ever have to look back to this journal of my many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the veil once, didn't I? Just because I got sick. Everyone gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick and grabbed a little too much adrenatime. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility in surviving by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriated one box of adrenatime and suddenly you're committing larceny. Okay, so that's not what we were looking for. There's gotta be some other scraps laying about. In the toilet? Nope. I mean, we could steal it. I was thinking there could be something written behind it, but nope. Well, today is the day, Zoey. Today is the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in the camps out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fires, probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folks like me, living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules, I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food. I've got some spare cans of salt tuna. Should last me a couple weeks if I ration. Got some adrenatime too. Everyone loves adrenatime, even marauders, right? I got odds those marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of syringes of adrenatime before their eyes. This is gonna be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bandit Queen Zoey's origin story has just begun. I'm gonna have a whole gang of marauders at my beck and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizzos. This is the information we need right here. Okay, so we're gonna be running up on this marauder camp right here and hopefully taking Zoey back. It seems like she has some grand scheme, but she's either dead or a prisoner. But then again, this game kind of likes to be quirky, so she could be the leader by now.
Here we go.
Your companion has leveled up and can be granted a new perk. Go to the companion page in your ledger and select the perk button to see the available perks.
Let me go.
Awesome, we just hit level 5, and that is a huge milestone for us. So how should we upgrade our character now? Slowly and steadily, we are going to get our persuasion up to 60. It's just going to take a while. Few into there, few into tech, and maybe we'll put one into leadership as well. Alright, that should do it for now. The next level we get, we're going to get a new perk, and that is going to be sick. Increasing base health by 30%, eh? That's pretty good. Threat generated. Nah, no way. Or engineering. Well, she is an engineer. I think we'll go with that. That just makes the most sense story-wise. Perfect. Okay, now it's time to talk to this Zoey character. She better have a good explanation for this, but I know she's not.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
You're Zoey? Your people are looking for you. What are you doing?
What, you mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
You should go back. People are worried.
I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me.
What about Stefan? You two seem like pretty good friends.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
You need to answer some questions for me right now.
I'm great at clarifying.
Are you a prisoner here?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
That's pretty impressive. How'd you manage to pull that off?
I may have bartered them a few boxes of adrenatime, but I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
That may have worked initially, but how are you still alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
Why'd you leave the camp?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
I actually can't stand you, so I'm just gonna leave. And before I leave this area, I'm gonna do a quick loot sweep. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. I think this camp was actually better off with Zoey leaving. I hate to say it, but she's kind of a drama queen. What's up, Grace?
I'm not in the lightest of humors right now.
Unfortunately, I talked Zoey into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Something about wanting to be an outlaw. I'd rather not get into it.
You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
There's nothing left for you here. It's time to go back to Edgewater.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoey came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
If I were you, I wouldn't do anything too hasty. I'm gonna try talking to Reed and force him to step down. If not, I'm gonna blow his brains out.
Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here